What's up, guys? It's John with National Sports Entertainment, and I wanted to go into tomorrow's college plays. Like I said, I did the NBA one. I think this would be a little easier if I do it this way. I always like to do a recap, and for all I know, these videos will somehow be recommended hours apart, even though I'm putting them out about an hour apart, just an hour apart, because, again, there's people that are not getting videos in time. So I thought instead of waiting until the morning, I'd get college out of the way now. So we had another good day. Again, right after I put our recap for the night up, I do our video, and it's nothing new. We didn't have a crazy good day, but we were able to close a leg 2 here with Minnesota, and then USF and Georgia State did not win, so we're going to take them to a leg 3 as far as college, which is fine because I've been saving a leg 3 specifically for if we needed one, and we closed out another 5-6 sequences. I personally got Loyola. This one was like a 4-point spread, moved, I'd say, about 5 or so minutes before tip-off. It did move to 1.5. So most in here in my Discord caught it or pushed. But for anyone that might not have, that's fine. We can run a leg 2 for that. So that's that. And then as far as our picks, I wanted to go into them. Here's the NBA ones. If you didn't see the video, I go into why I like them and, why the reason I plugged them in where I did. As far as college, I got the Oilers Penguins here. You can see going under. Hockey. We only have 2 hockey plays. I got the Oilers Penguins and I got the Canucks Blues both going under. One's a leg 1, one's a leg 2. I like Merrimack Central Con to go over, and I like Ohio State to cover Penn State. These are both leg 1s. And again, it's nothing crazy. It's these metrics. So as you can see, they're not horrible, but Merrimack is not going over very much. A lot of teams still in the 20s, and it's just something that doesn't hold. As far as Ohio State covering, especially teams like Ohio State, you notice most of the teams down here, outside of Notre Dame, they're really no-name colleges. It's rare for a team like Ohio State to be here, so I do like Ohio State, and the spread looked a little fishy. So that's all I use for these picks is metrics. So Ohio State covering, I do like them, and I do like Merrimack to go over. And the next one is Green Bay. You just saw them on the same list. I like them covering Cleveland State for the same reason. It's nothing crazy. So Green Bay, Wisconsin, that's all these are all leg 1s. UC David, I like them to cover CS Fullerton because while they're nothing out of the norm, we still have more teams right around 70 than ever before. So not that they can't finish at 74, 75%. I just think because people will be taking them, and because of all the teams up there, I do like to fade them here. So I do have UC David covering them. Now we have a leg 3. This is Wagner and Stonehill to go over. And it's because if you look again at the metrics, you see them both very bad on the over. We have the second and third worst, 26, 27%. That means A, public's probably going to be picking the under. And again, I just don't think B, I don't think you're going to have this many teams in the low 20s. If you go back and check the trends, that just doesn't typically happen. So I'm not saying it happens every time, but I do think that happens. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go for a leg 2 loss. And here we go. USF did not go under. So we're going to plug in Wagner, Stonehill over there for leg 3. Okay? And it's as simple as that. That's how I do all my picks. We're up over 60 units, and it's just picking like that. Now we got St. Francis, New York, and Sacred Heart to go over. Same principle. St. Francis, New York is bad on the over, and Sacred Heart isn't much better. So we'll look for a leg 1 loss. And again, we didn't have many. I don't think, again, Loyola would be the only one, and I'll see where people are with that one before because from what I know, most people pushed or they won that one. So if anything, I'd run a leg 1 for that again. But if enough people say, hey, I didn't catch that one, then I'll pick a good leg 2 for you. You can see I've closed out so many. I'm going back as far as I can to find the last leg 1 that we lost that we have not closed. It's been quite a while. And this is what I meant when I said that's why if you zoom out, you'll see there's definitely ruts when we'll lose a couple leg 3s in a row. But that's because I make a point of closing out all of our legs. Because if we just leave them open, then we're not accounting for all of our units. So it's been a while, as you can see. I think we're getting close because we're pretty close to the beginning. Here we go. Knicks cover Spurs. This is back towards the beginning. So I know it's a while back, but that's how how far back it is. That's fine. Leg 2, I like Francis and Sacred Heart there to go over. Now we're at just a few more college plays. And I do it this way, that way you can see exactly how I'm doing it. And you'll, be able to just do it the same way. It's just literally a copy-paste. Pepperdine Santa Clara, this one I like to go under. They just had a spread that was nuts. It was like 180 points. And, of course, everybody probably pounded the under. And Pepperdine goes over a lot, and they went over that game. I'm thinking people are going to be remembering that they almost put up 200 points, them and their opponents. And people are going to hit the over, so I like the under on this one. Here we got San Diego Gonzaga under leg 2. Now, this is like 11 o'clock. So we can wait until the finish of, say, Green Bay or Ohio State or a 7 o'clock game. Doesn't matter which one. And we could plug in San Diego, Gonzaga under for that one. And our last college play here is Rice UAB to go under. And I'll show you why. You see UAB is number 1, Rice is number 3. 80% is very rare. UAB is close to that. And just in general, it's very rare for multiple teams to be near 80%. So Georgia State did not come through today, which is fine. We're going to plug in the one I've been waiting on here, Rice UAB. And of course, with multiple leg 3s, we're not going to hit them all. We only have 2, so a split's fine, but I'd like to get both of them, and I think we will. But that's it. So you can see we have a lot of plays tomorrow. The rest of these are leg 1s. The reason, again, the Canucks are just hanging around here and I didn't plug them in yet is because there's other games, leg 1s that we can plug them in for. And I don't want to be redundant. But that's literally what I do. I just scroll till I find a leg 1 that we didn't win. And bam, Canucks under gets plugged in there. And then the Blazers, if you didn't see my NBA video, I went over why I didn't plug them in yet as a leg 2. And I went over why I didn't plug in the Lakers as a leg 3. You can see in hockey, it's a good juice beater. So we haven't played a ton of hockey. But the Flames on 2 occasions now have covered and got us plus odds. I was going to pick them tomorrow, but they're about minus 120. And the whole goal was to get as close as we can to plus. So that's why it was hard to take teams against the puck line tomorrow, because they're getting a goal and a half, which means they're about minus 120, minus 150. Anything minus 115 or better is fine with me. But anything more than that, you're really getting away from what I call even odds. So, yeah, to me, I care about like the plus 150. Some people don't care. To me, that's a big difference. That's almost a 2-leg win that we played on a 1-legger. So, I'm going to be taking advantage of hockey, like I said. Tomorrow, a lot of narratives in the NBA and a lot of metrics in college, like I can say. But I think we have a strong day. As you can see with all of our plays, we only have to play a very few leg 2, leg 3s. And while they pay better, at the same time, the whole goal is every one of these is a 1 unit that we netted. Okay? Just to know how many we did, this is how many we've done. Okay? I literally do every single one of these live. This 56 is as of yesterday. We're actually now technically on the 23rd. We're a little above 60. But you can see I've gone back to the beginning to make sure that we've closed essentially every sequence. And there's still a couple hanging chads. But versus 10 or 15, we're closer to like 5 to 7 open sequences that I have to close, which is great. Because again, that every loss is only 1 unit. And we only need to win 7 to negate a 3-leg loss. And you can see that it's been a while since we had a 3. We had one yesterday. But between that loss yesterday, which I think was the Islanders going over, they didn't or something, it was the Jets, Rangers over, and LeBron was actually a couple days before that, but I'd plugged that in here. My point is we had a couple in a row, but then you'll see we just get a bunch of wins, which close that out, and it's no different before. So we only need 7 for every time we lose a 3-legger, and that's why people that are sticking with the system are understanding it. So again, I have no idea when these videos are coming out as far as if it's just a few hours behind, but I just did my NBA one. If you didn't see that, then again, I suggest you could watch that one. I go into all the picks who I like. I go into the finals who I like there, and just the narratives and the reasons I picked them where I did. So I put them, like I said, it's only hours apart on purpose because I didn't want to put the college